In this video, I'm going to show you how to realistically make your dream life a reality. We're going to keep our promises to ourselves to make this year the best year yet. And let's reset and prepare for the new year together.
Happy 2024 everyone. Today we're going to be setting our 2024 goals and planning how we're going to achieve them. This is not going to be a video where we excitedly write down all of the goals we want to set for 2024 and then never look at them ever again till the end of the year and realize none of these were completed, because that is just a disservice to you and your future self. So with that being said, grab a coffee, a tea, a snack, or even a wine and come along with me to prepare for 2024, because this is the year where you and I are going to smash our goals. So let's just get straight into it. Step number one is going to be reflecting on our 2023 in terms of what we have achieved in 2023, as well as reflecting on our 2023 vision boards and goals and resolutions we set at the start of last year. So let's jump straight into that now. So I want you to pause this video right now and allow yourself 5 to 10 minutes and write down everything you have achieved in 2023, because I know it's important to focus on the things we didn't do to ensure that we better ourselves in 2024. However, it is also very vital that you do give yourself a big pat on the back for all of the things you did do. So I'm also going to stop here and spend 5 to 10 minutes writing down everything that I achieved in 2023. So I will catch back in with you in a second. Okay guys, so I've just finished writing down everything I achieved in 2023. I don't have many things on my list, but that is totally okay. It's still really important to acknowledge the things that you did achieve, even if there aren't many. So the first thing I have on my list is I started my YouTube channel in 2023, which is definitely my biggest achievement this year, well, last year, because I've been wanting to start one for so long now, and I did post my very first video on the 5th of Feb, which is approximately 10 months ago. And I worked out, since my very first video 10 months ago, I posted a total of 35 videos. And I personally think that is pretty good for the first 10 months on YouTube. And I did take a few breaks here and there. So I'm gonna give myself a big pat on the back for that one. And when I look back on my old videos, I can definitely see how far I've come. I definitely still have a lot more improvement to go, but I can still see the massive progress I've done from when I very first started to now in terms of my ability to edit as well as talk to the camera. But yeah, I would say that was my biggest achievement of 2023. And then my next thing was that I got my heaviest PR in hip thrust. So I got to a total of 140 kilos, which is the heaviest I've ever lifted. So that was good. I also created a really good morning routine. So I'd probably say in the last half of 2023, I had a really solid and good morning routine, which I definitely will be taking into the new year, into 2024. And then the last and final thing I have on my list is that I purchased my first car, which was really exciting because I've only had my very first car that I was given when I was 15, and I drove it to the point where it was no longer roadworthy, and I had to buy a new car because it was going to cost more to fix it than it was worth. And the next part of this step is going to be reviewing our 2023 vision boards. If you didn't do a 2023 vision board, then that is totally okay. You can just review your goals that you wrote down or your resolutions. But I'm now going to take you through my 2023 vision board and run you through everything I achieved, didn't achieve, or maybe some things that aren't relevant to me anymore. So I'm gonna pop up on the screen now for you my 2023 vision board. But I did also film a video creating my 2023 vision board, so I also pop that down in the description box below and also pop it up here for you guys. But let's start going through it. So I will start up in the top left corner. So there is a photo of a tattoo, which is a hand and a paw print. So I was planning on getting this tattoo last year, which resembles my very first dog, Geordie, but I decided I didn't want to get any more tattoos, and I still feel that way. I just feel like I think I've got a total of 8 or 9 tattoos, and I I'm honestly very, very happy with the amounts that I have now. So maybe in the future I might get that, but it's not really relevant to me anymore. I then have the 2 photos of the pink car next to that, and obviously those are more of a future goal. So I definitely didn't achieve that in 2023. I then have a few cars underneath that, which was a white Beetle and a black Mini, which I did actually nearly buy a yellow Beetle, which it looked exactly like that one there, but it fell through. I got it tested at a garage and it just had too many things that still needed fixing, so I didn't end up getting that, but I did still obviously get a car. I got an MG3 Core Elite or something like that in the color blue. I'm not too sure. If I've said the name wrong, I'll pop it up on the screen as well as a photo of the car, but I still really love the car I ended up getting. I then have a couple photos of horse riding because I thought I might want to start a new hobby in 2023, which I thought might have been horse riding after doing this horse trek previously, but I didn't do any horse riding treks last year. I just feel like it didn't align with me, and I actually ended up putting all my time into YouTube, which was my hobby of 2023 and will continue into this year as well. I then have a couple of glamping trips and also some just photos with girls and to represent a girls trip away, which I did in fact do. I went to Lake Tekapo with 4 of my friends at the end of this year, and end of last year, sorry, I'm getting so confused, and that was so wholesome. We just went to Lake Tekapo, we had a wee wander around, we cooked dinner together, we painted some candles, we watched a movie, we cooked brunch, we went to the hot pools. It was just so nice, and that's probably going to be something else I want to do again in 2024. Moving on, I then have some photos in terms of travel. So I have some photos with like Italy, New York, Europe, Aussie, and I did go to Aussie with my mum in May. However, I didn't go to Europe, Italy, New York or anything like that. However, we did in fact book a trip to Bali for 2024 with my parents. So we didn't do another overseas trip where I haven't been before, but we have for this year now, 2024. And then moving up the top near the center, I have some photos of journaling and some books. I definitely can say I did not do any journaling. I maybe did it on and off very randomly, but definitely not consistent at all with that. I also read a total of only 2 books in 2023, so that is not enough. I then had a photo of a Dior saddlebag, but I did not purchase that because I ended up using that money for something else, which I'll discuss in a second. I then have a photo of a vlogging camera, a Canon G7X, which was actually the first camera I started using for YouTube, but that basically represented just putting more time and effort into building my skills on YouTube and just, you know, sticking at it, which I do think I did after doing 35 videos over 10 months. I then have a photo of some puppies. So that was meant to represent having a litter of puppies with Geordie, but that didn't happen last year purely because it's out of my control. Geordie probably will be ready to have a litter this January or February. So I'm really excited for that. So that's something on the cards for 2024. So hopefully that pans out well. I then also had a photo of a Louis Vuitton little wallet, but that sort of went along with the Dior bag and I spent that money somewhere else. Then up in the top right corner, I have some skincare photos, and I can definitely say that I did do this. I even did a skincare consult with a skincare specialist to create a morning and nighttime routine, and I spent all the money and got heaps of nice products, but it actually did not work in my favor. I ended up causing myself to have a damaged skin barrier, which messed up everything. I was oily, then I was really severely dry, I was so irritated, I was red, I was breaking out. It was not a good time. So I've actually had to strip my skincare back to the complete basics. The same gentle skin cleanser from Cetaphil and just some everyday basic SPF moisturizer. So I did do that goal, but it just didn't work out for me. So maybe in 2024 I might slowly introduce a few more products back into my skincare routine. We then have some photos of makeup, and that was just to represent getting better at makeup and just investing a bit more into some makeup products, which I definitely did do because I think I'm pretty happy with how my natural everyday makeup is looking now. And I did also invest in a whole lot of nice makeup when I went to Australia in May. I think I spent like nearing the 1.5K on makeup when I was in Aussie, which was pretty crazy, but I really needed it. And yeah, so that one was ticked off. I then have 2 photos near the bottom right half, and those were representing a boob job, which I did in fact get. So I did get my boob job done in May in Sydney, and I'm very, very happy I got that. So it's been what, May, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So it's now been about 8 months post-op. But yeah, I did also vlog that process. I have a part 1 and part 2 up on my channel, so I'll pop those up here, and I will also link them down in the description box below. And I also have 1 boob job update at my 3-month post-op. So that goal was ticked off, and that was what I ended up using my money for instead of buying a handbag, which I'm very glad I did. I then have some images of gym girls, just their gym body aesthetic sort of thing. And I don't think I achieved that last year, but that was also purely because I had a boob job. So I was off training for like 3.5 months. So I lost a lot of weight and a lot of muscle. And also my priority hasn't really been in weight training. I've been doing a lot of classes, which I have been enjoying. So I'm not mad about that. And then the last and final photo I wanted to discuss was down in the very bottom right, and that was a girl at like a Pilates or a yoga class. And that photo was just representing trying new classes, which I did do. Maybe not enough, but I did do a couple hot yoga classes, and I tried some Pilates, which I had done previously. But yeah, I think I need to do more of that, but I still did tick that off. But that is my review of my 2023 vision boards. Now that we have reflected on our 2023, it is time to move on to step number 2, which is creating our goals for 2024. However, we're going to do this a little bit different. We're not going to be focusing on the whole year, which is 365 days. We're only going to be focusing on the first 12 weeks, which is 90 days. And we're only going to be creating goals for that 12-week period. By doing this, it really prevents us from slacking off and just cruising through the year and ending up not achieving any of our goals when we get to the end of the year because we've just been coasting and being like, we've got so much time, we've got so much time. No, if we focus on just that 12 weeks, it means we're more likely to stay focused day by day, ticking off our goals. So that is what we're going to be doing. So now that we've talked about that, it is time to move on to creating our categories. So I want you to think of all of the relevant categories that your goals will associate to, and then write them down. So I will pop a few little examples up on the screen for you now to select from, or if you can think of anything else, then totally do that too. But the categories I'm going to be using for myself is going to be financial, relationships, health and fitness, personal development, and social media. Okay guys, now that we have discussed that, I want you to go away and write down all of the categories that are relevant to your goals, and then go through each of those categories and write down as many goals under each. However, when doing so, I want you to reverse engineer all of your goals. So for example, my goal for social media is to grow my YouTube channel. But instead of writing grow my YouTube channel, I am going to think about, well, what do I need to do to grow my YouTube channel? So I'll set a goal being, I will post 1 YouTube video a week. I will post 2 shorts a week. And I will also promote my YouTube once a week on another social media platform. So that's what I mean by reverse engineering. Another example would be, I want to become more healthy and fit this year. But instead of writing that down, I'm going to write down, I want to train 5 times a week. To make up those 5 days, I'm gonna go to 3 classes and 2 weight sessions, 1 being for upper body and 1 being for lower body. As well as that, I'm gonna write down, I want to take a protein shake 5 times a week. I'm also gonna say every single day, I'm gonna take my multivitamins and my creatine, as well as drink 1 to 2 liters a day. So that is what I mean by reverse engineering. We're not gonna just say, I want to grow my YouTube, I want to get fitter, I want to be more healthy, I want to look better. Like, you got to be more specific and more detailed and just reverse engineer it and think of, well, are what's going to get me there. So that is what we're going to do. This is where the 12-week concept really comes into play. So if I was talking about my social media goal, posting 1 YouTube video a week, 2 shorts, if we were talking about 365 days, that would mean that I would have to post 52 videos and 104 shorts. And if I saw those numbers, I would get really overwhelmed, really stressed, and I probably would burn out and probably not do it if I thought about those numbers. However, if we break the year down into courses, into our 12-week sections, that means I only need to post 12 videos and 24 shorts. That seems a lot simpler and easier for me to digest, which means I'm more likely going to achieve it. So that's what I mean. Anyway, we're going to go away now and write down all of our categories. We're going to write down all of our goals under each, and then I'm going to come back and share with you all of my goals for 2024. So I'll see you guys in a second. Okay guys, so I've finished writing down all of my goals for the first 12 weeks of 2024. My very first category is personal development, and this includes a lot of things in terms of habits I want to get better at. So the first thing I have is engaging and meeting new people. So this could be just giving a random person I see in public a compliment. It could be engaging in conversation with someone new. It could be gaining a new friend. It could be reaching out to someone you've seen online. Just anything like that. I then have that I want to tan once a week, which I am feeling like this is more of a routine for me already, but I've popped that in there anyway because I do feel so much better when I have a fake tan on. In saying that, I don't have one on now because I'm tanning tonight, so I'm very, very pale at the moment. The next goal I have is to do a deep scalp clean once a week, which is using scalp exfoliant as well as one of those head massager things. I also want to do a scalp oil treatment once a week, make my beds every day, oil my scars from my boob job every single day, morning and night. I want to cuticle oil my nails morning and night because it honestly makes my nails last so much longer. I want to make sure I am flossing morning and night. I want to do a face mask once a week, moisturize my body morning and night to make sure I am maintaining my fake tan, wash my pillow once a week to try avoid getting any breakouts. I also want to wash my makeup brushes once a week, which is something I definitely do not do, but I need to start in 2024. I also want to do my lash serum once every night, drink at least 1 litre of water daily. The next goal I have is to go to a cafe once a week to do some work, just to change up my environment. And then I have journal for 5 to 10 minutes every day. And then the last and final goal in this category is read or listen to 1 book a month. And the next category I have is social media, but I'm not going to talk about that too much. It's basically just wanting to grow my channel here on YouTube and just be a lot more consistent. And the next category I have is health and fitness. So I have here that I want to train 5 times a week, 3 classes, 2 weight sessions, 1 being upper body, 1 being lower body. I want to take a protein shake 5 times a week, multivitamins daily, creatine daily, 8k steps daily, walk my dogs for at least 30 minutes every day. That is everything under health and fitness. My next category is skills. So I want to cook and bake more. So I've set myself a goal of cooking or baking once a week. I also want to advance and gain more skills and learn a lot more in 2024. So I've put a goal down to do at least 1 Skillshare course a month. And the next category I have is fashion. So I'm really wanting to create more of a capsule wardrobe this year in 2024. So I've set myself the goal of buying 1 capsule wardrobe piece a month, and that's all that's under that category. And then the last and final category I have is relationships. So I'm wanting to initiate more catch up with friends. I want to help my mum out more around the house. I want to go camping. I want to try new gym classes with people. So yeah, that is all of my goals for 2024. 4. It is now time to move on to step number 3, and this is where your life is really going to change. So we're going to discuss visual gratification. So when it comes to your goals, your habits, or just things you want to achieve, it is so important that you have some form of visual gratification to ensure that you repeat that action day after day after day. So in doing so, I did it by putting all of my categories and goals into an Excel sheet. From there, I printed it out and I've put it in my bedroom where I can see it every single day, and I will go through and tick off each of the things as I get through it. And that just gives you a bit of endorphins and it really gets you going, and I feel like you're more likely to achieve all of your goals if you have that visual gratification. So enough rambling, but I will pop up on the screen my Excel sheet that I created, but I also want you to do the same for all of your goals. Now that we have reflected on 2023, we have made our categories for our goals, made our goals under each of our categories, made an Excel sheet. It is now time to make our vision boards. So I want you to grab your phone, grab any device, and I want you to pop onto Pinterest. I then want you to refer back to your list of goals, and for every goal you have, I want you to find 1 to 3 images from Pinterest to put onto your vision board. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to go find all of my images and come back to you, and I want you to do the same. Okay guys, so I'm back now and I've gotten all of my photos that I want for my vision board, and there is a total of 97 images. So I'm definitely not going to be able to use them all, so when I go to print them, I will need to collect them down a little, but I've gotten so many photos that really align with each of my goals, which I'm really excited to put together into one big vision board. So I'm gonna leave you here and I'm gonna go get these printed, and I probably won't pick them up till tomorrow, but I'm gonna go get all of these, well not all, but majority of these photos printed, and then I'll check back in with you once I have these photos all physically in my hand, and I'm gonna build my physical vision boards, and I will also make my digital vision board, which I'll pop onto my laptop. So I will catch back in with you then. So bye for now guys. Okay guys, so I am back from Warehouse Stationery and I have officially 60 photos printed out, ready to go up on my physical vision board. But before we do that, I thought I would just quickly show you what my mirror currently looks like with my Excel spreadsheets with all of my goals. So let me show you it now. So this is what my mirror is currently looking like. So as you can see, I've got quite a lot of room to work with, and this is my current Excel spreadsheet up on my mirror. So we've got January up here, and as you can see, I've already started filling in the things that I've achieved on the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd, and I've got a few more things to get ticked off today. But yeah, this is what it's currently looking like, and now let's start applying all of my photos on to my mirror. Okay guys, now that I've shown you what my mirror looks like currently with just my Excel spreadsheet with all of my 2024 goals for the 12-week process, I will now leave you here and you can just watch the speed up version of me applying all of these photos to my mirror, and then I'll check back in with you once it's all completed. So I'll see you guys all soon. Okay guys, so it is now 2 days later and my vision board has finally been made, and I really wanted to jump back on here and show you the final result. In doing so, I have also popped back on the same outfit I was wearing the other day just because I am a bit of a perfectionist, but let me show you my vision board for 2024, but specifically the first 12 weeks. So here we go. Okay guys, so here is my vision board as a whole. I'm very, very happy with how it turned out, but let's focus in depth on each of the photos and I'll tell you which goal they relate to. So starting up in the top left corner, I have 4 images here which represent my capsule wardrobe goal. So I just put a whole lot of cute outfits that I loved. I then have some photos of walking dogs, so that obviously represents my goal of walking my dogs more often. And then moving along to the top right corner, I've got some images along here which represent all of the habits that I'm wanting to add to my beauty and maintenance routine in 2024. I then have my camera photo put here that's just to represent putting more time and effort and consistency into YouTube. I then have a photo here which represents studying and working on courses on Skillshare. I then have some photos here which represent studying and working at a cafe weekly. I then have a few images which are just sort of aesthetic photos that I really liked that I want to envision for this year. I then have a photo here which is representing listening or reading more books this year. I also have a quote here called "Consistency is more important than perfection," and that's more to do with my TikTok and my YouTube, knowing that sometimes things don't have to be perfect before they're published. Sometimes it's just learning along the way. But yeah, so I popped that there. I then have this photo here to represent getting better at cooking and baking. I then had some more aesthetic photos along here that I quite liked. I then have some photos here. These ones, this one, this one was just to engage with new people and new girls that come into my life, just, you know, making new friends. I then have this goal here for also just initiating catch-ups with people. I then have these photos here which are to initiate more double dates in 2024. These photos are also to do with my cooking and baking goal. I have another quote, "Dream harder, work harder." And then moving down here, I have 2 images here which represent journaling. Another photo representing just catching up and initiating catch-ups with friends. Another aesthetic photo. Another studying one. A photo of a book to also represent my reading goal. I then have some aesthetic gym bag photo as well as a quote, "Strangers are just friends waiting to happen." So this is going along with my engaging with new people goal. I also have some girls here to represent a girls trip. More girls trip photos. I then have some photos here, and up here to represent drinking more water. I then have a photo here to represent my daily consumption of my multivitamin as well as my creatine powder. Another aesthetic photo of a cute little gym bag setup. And then I then have 2 photos here which just represent my gym goals, just getting more into weightlifting in terms of my 2 sessions a week as well as going to 3 classes. That is it. I think that is everything covered. So yeah, this is my final result of my 2024 vision board and I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. But I will also pop up on the screen now the digital version of my vision board, which will have less photos, but it will give you another nice way to see what I've created. And that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful and could take something away from it to help you prepare for your 2024 to smash your goals. But with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.